Good morning. It's actually... Oh! Oh, let's see. Oh! Oh! My hips... Oh, there it is. Okay, so... Hi guys. Today... I am about to fly back to New York tomorrow for the last micro needling thing. So today I'm just doing stuff. I'm washing my face. First and foremost, I can't get my head wet yet. So I just brushed my teeth, but now I have to do that for the 8th time today. I wash my face with water a lot throughout the day and re-moisturize. And then I have this little... I never really have anything in my nose. It's just dry and it's kind of more of a stiff. I've done it my entire life. Because I used to have like really bad allergies. I wish I had a chair. I'm too tall for YouTube. This girl is too tall for YouTube. Find out why. Too tall for YouTube. Ow! Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to like make my face better. My face has been just like freaking out because I've been having autoimmune flare-ups. So I've been trying to go like really gentle on my face. Which means like I use like the most like basic creams and like Neosporin on like the spots and then like CBD cream or oil as long as it has like just natural ingredients. And then like I'll use the balm that they gave me, but I also will just kind of do this with my moisturizer to kind of just like keep, because last time when I went back and they shaved my head was super dry, even though like I was doing correct things, but I'm going a little bit extra moisturizing today. So I just like I've been also doing like aloe vera because I also just got the back of my neck waxed and it's kind of irritated, but I got it waxed so that like it's like my hairline, since I'm Lebanese, my hairline goes like all the way down my neck and like out the sides, so like when I have a buzz cut it's like very obvious. I just put some aloe on that to try to, and then I'll put the aloe on the rest of my head because I live in Nevada. I live in Nevada, so it's dry here, okay? And like honestly just aloe everywhere. I don't sunburn, I get tan. And then it goes away the next day because my connective tissue disease makes me pale. I used to be a lot darker when I was a kid. It's also probably because I was outside more playing sports and such, but I just got this like ion. It's not sponsored, but you can get it at Target. Oh, that's what I'll say. But it's like that's how extractions go. I can't get my hair wet, but I can put witch hazel on it, which is right here. Toner. I love labeling things. It's my favorite. So I just put a bunch of... Oh, spilled it everywhere. I like this because it makes me feel like I'm like an old surgery doctor that's like, here, have morphine. Or, what is the stuff that make people smell and it makes them pass out? I don't know. I've been really into reading books about like the beginning time surgery stuff because that shit was crazy. I just read this book called The Butchering Art. I can't remember who it's by, but you can just look up The Butchering Art, and it's like a historical fiction based off of like actual true events, because they used to like do surgeries in front of like an audience, and people would watch them just make these awful mistakes in these surgeries that are like tests, and then like literally die, and then everyone's like, "Woo, you did it!" I'm like, oh my god. Like, no, don't zoom in. Okay. Whatever, I need a better situation for this. I'm like fully leaning in. Okay, cold water now to wash off that toner. Clean disposable towel, and I just pat dry. My body hurts so much. That's okay. But that's why it's self-care day, because I'm flying again tomorrow, and I need to get my immune system ready for that. Okay, I'm really sweaty right now because I turned off my AC and I forgot I did that. Oh. But that, for some reason, I felt the need to bending over just took the wind out of me. Okay. Okay. So today we're gonna do a few things. Also, oh my god, wait, look at this candle. Jesus. Okay. Wait. Look at this candle I just got. It's so cute and like ugly. It smells like lilac. If you don't have an ice maker like this, if you live in like a cheap apartment and that doesn't have an ice maker, you are missing out. Okay? This shit is popping. It's like hollow, little like beautiful crunchy cubes like Taco Bell or Taco Time ice or whatever. Or Sonic Ice. It's like a little less nuggety than that, but it's still like just the same. This is some Thai iced tea. I just wanted some Thai iced tea, and I shouldn't be drinking a lot of sugar right now, but we're gonna start building a table now. I'm wearing this like house-made dress. It has pockets though, and it's like vintage. And it's so comfy. And like, oh, it makes me look thick. I'm not, but a girl can dream. I made an appointment with a new doctor that can hopefully help me manage my symptoms, because I have had, well, first of all, I found out I had alopecia, obviously. Then I have this bruising that is like so concerning all over my legs. Like, dude, what? And I'm like, I haven't been like working. I haven't been doing anything because of my health issues, really. And like, it is just everywhere. Like, what is all that? I don't know. And I like told my doctor. And so I'm getting my blood test done again. I get blood tested all the time now, but it's like, this is not normal. Went to the bookstore. Went to the bookstore with Davin earlier. And we got a coffee, and then he went to go lift. We just walked to a coffee shop. And I got, again, more things. Yesterday I bought all this other crap. I'll show you everything. Good of me, okay? First of all, not a book. I got a puzzle. Very cute. I love her. And I'm very excited. It's only 500 pieces, which is good because I have very minimal puzzle time here, because when I pick my kiddo up from school, if there's a puzzle in sight, it will be ruined. So like this, I'll probably start it when it gets a little cooler outside and like do it on my table, like a stained glass table outside, that I can kind of like just like set it up there and have like a mat that covers it and like weighs it down when I'm not using it, and I can just have it be like my outside time. activity because I need to have some more. My friends always tell me you need more activities that don't require a ton of physical labor or a lot of like mental stimulation, which I agree with. But this is so cute. Honestly, I'm obsessed with journaling and I like journals, and I've always been that way. Like when I was a kid, I had so many journals and I would just overbuy journals. But this is made from an old book. Like, please. And like, it's just beautiful and perfect and red and faded. And then the inside is new, just blank, no lines, blank, which I love because when I write, sometimes I write sideways. And I'm writing in all caps always. So I'm like, okay, this is good. And it's good for like brain dumping stuff on here. I really am excited about that. So the puzzle, I got this, which was kind of like super random, but it's like a comic book. It's an entertaining encyclopedic history of the formative years of the music genre that changed global culture. Yeah. I just like it. I love comic books, and this is like a very unique one, and it has like actually like, you know, and I grew up, you know, loving hip hop. I still love hip hop, and I love, you know, like any R&B and whatever. So yeah, it's just goofy. I'm excited to read this. And it's like also like factually correct, like I think, hopefully. And like shows like stories of hip hop people before they became famous, and I love that. So that's cool. Good table book too, because like you can flip to any page and be like, oh, that's that guy, you know. I'm excited for this. It's interesting because it reads like a comic. I'm usually like used to reading manga, so it's like I'm reading like backwards, forwards, but this is like forward. But I hope to one day make a comic book. I love and write a book, but this one's not usually I'm not into like self-help books as much, but this one like I've heard about and I thought that it was a good one to read. And then like I like getting books like this and I read it through because like this is like such a quick read for me, and then I'll like give it to somebody else because these are, you know, like, so I like passing along because they're not like collectors. Like I don't need to keep this if I've already read it. So I like to like read it and then pass it on. This one is just like an introduction, philosophical, you know, like of madness, which I didn't even really read into it. I just was like, yeah, I'll read this thing. It says, madness is something that frightens and fascinates us all. It is a word with which we are universally familiar, and a condition that haunts the human imagination. In poetry and in prose, in drama and in the visual arts, its depredations are on display for all to see. I'm dyslexic. I can read, I can't speak it sometimes. In this very short introduction, Andrew Scull examines the social, historical, and cultural variable response to madness over the centuries, providing a provocative and entertaining examination of mental illness over more than 2 millennia, which is super cool. Because as somebody who was like a lab rat, mentally ill child, you know, I feel like I went through millennia of different ways that they view mental illness and illness at all and spectrum stuff. So I'm just always interested in that kind of stuff. I originally went to school for social work and did like psychology and things like that, and then I switched to communications and environmental studies once I went to UW, but because I realized I went to college early, so I tested out of high school when I was sophomore, and then junior year I went to college. So junior, senior year I was out of high school and I was going to college classes, and I had imposter syndrome, thinking of me being a social worker, helping anyone, and doing field work that I did. I was like, I'm not wise enough. I'm young. Who can help? Who can get help from me? And now that I have a kid, though, I'm like, actually, the youth, we should listen to kids. They have very blunt, obvious, hilarious, and very true statements about life. Anyway, it's perfect timing this book really caught my eye. Says, don't take this the wrong way, but you really need to shut the fuck up. Our noisy world has trained us to measure success by our ability to attract attention, yet many of the world's most powerful people do the opposite. They talk less and listen more. Combining behavioral science research and actionable advice and moving personal story, New York Times bestseller author explains how to harness the hidden power of silence and make yourself happier, healthier, and more successful and a better parent and partner. Prescriptive, informative, and addictively readable, STFU will quietly change your life and the lives of the people around you. And I think my main goal as a mother has always been to display peace and calmness, because I think a lot of us grew up in households that were very non-quiet. Like, and there's a difference between too quiet, you know. There needs to be balance. You're active, you're intrigued by your children, or you're involved in what they're doing, you're paying attention, you're present, but you're listening. And I grew up in a household that was very, very loud and disruptive and reactive, I would say. And so I think when people are like, you know, how do you know how to mother, like, you're so young or whatever, they're like, how is it? And I'm like, I try to be as non-reactive as possible, unless it's like an emergency situation or he's running in the street that I'm like, you know, just kidding. Whoa, no. Then I'm like, get over here. Oh, fuck. Then I'm like, hey, you know, get over here. But that's as mean as I get. Okay, next one. Trippy by Ernesto Landonio. Landonio, yeah. It's like about medicinal psychedelics. I've done a lot of medicinal in my day. I don't do it anymore really, but I'm just like, I just love reading about them and like other, like the history, the root and the reasons and the different people's experiences with how they, you know, whatever. And then this one, Sorry, Not Sorry. This one's also, I think, kind of like a self-help book. Yeah, but it says, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. It's about how to make proper apologies, which I think my spectrum stuff, not as an excuse, but my apologies often sound hollow or insincere because my tone is wrong. And it also talks about how to teach children how to apologize properly, which is a huge thing I'm going through right now, where I'm just like, how do I tell them to say sorry but not too much? Because I'll tell kiddo, say sorry, but then kiddo started saying like every second, sorry, and I'm like, no, don't be like that either. Like, you didn't do anything that time, you know. And then it's also talks about how to accept an apology and how to forgive and when to do neither, which I like. That hooked me because I was like, but this one's kind of also like a self-helpy. You can pick it up and like read a chapter, and I like having these kind of laying around and having like whatever I'm like reaching for. I can't believe I bought this many books. I'm sorry. This is my banana bread that I have ate from it. And then I bought all these today. What is wrong with me? I need a house that's just all gonna be books. It's just gonna be a library. Look at, I got all these today too, including all those. Like, I got all those yesterday. Well, This one's funny. I just got this one because I've read a lot of other poly books, but I haven't read this specific one, and I like this one because it's kind of almost like, it's more logical and more like, if this doesn't work for you, here's another option. And like it's just like basically is like a dictionary of like the different types of polyamory or non-monogamy you can do and what feels good for what people, and if something fails then what like you might need instead, which is good. I'm non-monogamous always, usually, so yeah. And then this, it's a cute little, like, it's like a fabric-y book, but it's only 2 species of mammal have an extensive post-reproductive life: killer whales, whose elders can sniff out food for their pods, and Homo sapiens. While the rationale behind the whale's longevity seems clear, what is the point of ours? This question intrigued Carl Jung, who observed that if a culture is to thrive, it must find a balance between the energy of the young and the experience of the old. But to obtain this equilibrium, we need to pass through the dreaded middle years. I'm not middle-aged yet. I'm quarter life crisis, but you know, never too soon to get in your little dome, my little tiny dome. This one's cute. A Garden Against Time. This is a fiction book, I think. It's Irish. Oh, she lives in England now. I take off these things. Sorry, I hate them. Cause like, oh, look at that purple. But an extraordinary and important work. I felt doubtfully alive after reading it. The book is an inspiration. It's like enchanting, beautifully written, imaginatively structured. And those are things that I really like to read, especially because there are like some ink pictures. Like these are the kind of books that I grew up really, really enjoying. And it looks like a pretty easy read too. It's like big font and a lot of imagery. And the way that I write is very imagery focused too, very like sensory focused, which makes sense now that I'm aware of what's going on. This one is just, I just had to get this one. I already know about this one, but yeah. It's basically a revenge book. And this one reminded me a lot, I haven't read this, but it reminds me a lot of the Yellow Wallpaper, which I'm actually like doing a thing on right now for fun, but I'm writing a song that's like based off of that. And it's just like I've been very into, I mean, I've always been really into, you know, like the just tormented, hysterical housewife stuff, like Sylvia Plath and the Yellow Wallpaper. I'm forgetting her name right now. She's like an iconic feminist writer, whatever. But that is the haul. Oh my god. In the past 2 days. I'm an idiot. It's okay. Oh. Okay. But, you know, I love supporting my local bookstores because they go obsolete really quickly. Thanks, Bezos. So I like to, you know, if I ever feel bad about it, I'm like, this is my, you know, monthly donation to the bookstore that I love. And, you know, I take my dog and my kid there all the time, and it's just a good spot, and I hope that they thrive and stay open. My skin looks nice now. Simple, guys, just keep it simple. What was that? Okay. Now we're gonna build a table.
pulled too strong. Tried to perfect the way you stood on light. I pulled too strong. I tried to perfect the choices to